Okay, imagine this. If you were given a button, a red big button to press, and if you press it, you will erase all of your trauma, all of your wrongdoings, all of your mistakes, all of the risks that you have taken that did not go the right way, and almost all of the negative emotions, effects, encounters from your past. You just erase that you failed an exam, you erased that argument with your dad, you erased being dumped by that girl. Would you or would you not press that button? Think about it. It's literally like a filter to only let the good things through. Your life, your past is just going to be the good things. And the good things are also in your favor. So, what would you do? I came across this question a long time ago. And I thought about it. Initially, it was so obvious like, why would I not want to get rid of my hardships, my struggles, and everything? But after thinking about it, I think I would pass. I think I don't want to get rid of my trauma. I don't want to get rid of the pain I've been through. I don't want to get rid of the inconveniences that has persuaded me throughout my life. I think what most people want, or at least I want, is to not get rid of my problems or not get rid of my bad experiences. I think I wish for strength and mental resilience that can live through them, you know? And that's just one side of the theory. What I really truly believe is, who am I? Who really am I without what I've been through? Who am I without my failures and my trauma? Because I get it. Life has not been very righteous or generous to a lot of us. I do like to feel I have lived quite a privileged life comparatively to a lot of other people that I listen to. I used to think when I was 18, 20 years old that my life has been very unfortunate. I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit that a kid does not deserve to go through, or does not has done nothing to go through that, basically. Uh, it's 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 bad, it's bad. And I used to think that, oh damn, I'm so sorry to be there. And I used to think that way, but talking to other people, so one thing I really love doing is to listen to other people's life story. I love story. I love telling stories. I love listening to stories even more, especially if the person telling the story is a good storyteller. It's insane. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience to live through someone else's story through their own eyes. It's beautiful. Uh, so I've listened to a lot of people's stories in their life, and now you might be wondering, why are people telling me their stories of their life? That is something I have developed through some trauma, I would say, because I am an insanely good listener. Okay, I am. That is not a self-proclaimed, uh, self-proclaimed title. A lot of people have told me that I'm a really good listener, but what they don't know is how I became a good listener. Okay, so again, let's take some examples. Like, if you grew up in a household that never made space for emotions and expressions, you as a kid never learned to show your emotions or express your feelings. That was a little bit the case with me, and which is why I have never been that expressive. I grew up as an introvert because my family was also very protective on top of everything. Like, I have literally been escorted from and to school till my high school ended. So, not many unprecedented interactions, not many unplanned life events throughout my first 18 years of my life. Uh, so that has made me grow up to be a shy, introverted kid. Okay, that's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing. Not the introverted part. The shy part is a really bad thing. It's some people will argue with me on that, but you know deep down it's a bad thing. Being shy, being underconfident, it's not a good thing to be. But that has accounted to is, whenever I would meet new people, whenever I would meet anyone, I would not have the courage to tell my story or to talk majorly. So there were two scenarios in this. Either the other person understands that and they just find me boring and they just go away, they just walk away. Or if the person in front of me either does not understand it or is a really, not, I wouldn't say extroverted, but a really expressive person, someone who likes to share things, they would share things. And the problem with sharing things with most people is because people do not know how to listen. They start forming their own opinion, they start forming their own responses, and all of these things, and they do not listen very well because they want to talk as well. Uh, but I don't. I, as a shy, underconfident kid, I don't. And that has grown me into a very trusted listener to a lot of people in my life. Simply because I listened to them, because I could not talk. I was too scared to talk to people. So that's like a two side to the coin, right? And yes, if you delete, if you just erase all the negative shortcoming related influences from your parents, like ye nahi karna hai, wo nahi karna hai, maybe if you erase that, you would have been more confident today. If your parents talked openly about money and relationships, maybe you would be more financially independent or financially stronger today. If your parents were not so scared about letting you go out of their control, you probably would have had much better opportunities today in life. If your parents let you talk to as many people as you want in and outside of school or outside of college, you might have had better opportunities, better communication skills, and all of these things today. But, but I really think that who am I without the things I have been through? Who am I without my shortcomings? Who am I without कि bro मुझे horror movies नहीं देखना है because I have to sleep alone in a room? I don't watch horror movies. That's my shortcoming because I am scared. I am genuinely scared that I will have to sleep alone and it's going to scare the shit out of me. Who am I without bro मुझे football नहीं खेलना because people dive really aggressively? Who am I without, I don't know, I can't talk to new people very well? Who am I without my stage fright, right? I think, and I truly believe that this is a quote probably. I truly believe this, that if you went to your past and erased all of your mistakes, all of your shortcomings, all of your bad experiences, yes, you will be a much more confident, much more financially stable, much more of a better communicator, much with a better outcome in life, probably. I don't know what the fifth point is even, but you will be all of these things. But would you be you? You know? Like, if you really went back to your past and erased all of your mistakes, you would end up erasing yourself. But I also do think there is a huge nuance to this. Almost all the quotes that we look up to or we quote in books and in podcasts and in videos, all of those things come from really successful people. Because it is not just the successful people who say things or say phrases and quotes, but the quotes are only considered credible when they are coming from successful people. Because who wants to take a quote from a criminal or someone who is broke, right? Someone who is bankrupt or someone who is in like 20 lakhs of loan. No, we want to take quotes from someone who's driving a luxury car, someone who has a big house, someone who has built I don't know, a really big business, or some big politician. We would like to take quotes from successful people. And that is the nuance that I believe. That if my life was going really, really bad right now, thankfully it is not. I am quite happy. I'm not content, but I'm pretty happy with where my life is right now and how my everyday life looks. If it was not, if I was quote unquote unsuccessful, at least in my own eyes, if I was struggling through life, if I was miserable through life, if I was like piss drunk every single day to get through my work, office, or whatever, if my life was horrible right now, I think I would have pressed that button. Like all this bullshittery that I'm saying right now would just be thrown out of the window if my life was not going good. I really think that. Because because you see all the quotes are just blanket statements and some analogy that empowers and that aligns with what you believe. So you like to go through quotes. It's a selection bias that you like to go through. Not a selection bias. What's it called? Confirmation bias. That you like to listen to things and find things, or listen to songs, or listen to quotes, and listen to people who align with what you already believe. So, although that quote I really do believe to be true, that if you went in your past and erased all of your mistakes, you would end up erasing yourself. Yes, but is that really a bad thing? If my life was miserable, I would want to erase myself, not in that way, but erase my identity or whatever makes me who I am. I would want to erase myself 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. Why wouldn't I? So I believe I've sort of touched on both sides of the coin. But staying at where I am, I do really, really, really feel talking to people, experiencing things, that people really underestimate and hate on their shortcomings and their bad past experiences a lot. Like a little too much. And not give them enough credit as to what they have done to you. And I believe you too can look back on your life and think about a really bad experience, but you can also talk about how that has affected you in a bad way, in a good way. Something has to be, right? Like the horrendous things I have gone through as a kid has made me grow up a lot quicker. I had to become emotionally more responsible, for one, to not show my emotions, and for two, to not cause anyone else any emotional distress because of me, because I always felt like they are already going through a lot. And that has paid off in some way or the other. There are bad parts of it, there are absolutely numbing parts of it, but I think that's me. If you know me in real life, you would know what I'm talking about. I have a lot of rough edges and sharp edges that you wouldn't want to come close to. Absolutely. That I try to be as authentic as I can on social media, but of course I am not. Of course I am not, right? Of course I am not. And that was it. What I really want this channel to be, is to take a topic and I talk about it, because I think I have changed a lot from not just me, my paradigm of how I look at life, how I look at the world, how I look at other people, and how I perceive them has changed a lot from when I was 18, 19 years old to now. And I really want to keep talking about and documenting these things because they're going to be really fun to watch. Like, I can imagine if I had done this at 18, it would be so fun to watch right now. Like, bro, such a stupid bullshit opinion on something, and he's so stupid. I know that maybe at 30, 35, I would be looking at this and be like, bro, such a bullshit opinion. He doesn't know what he's talking about and all these things. But I wish this could be seen by my 18-year-old self, who hated everything about his past, who hated all the bad things that has happened to him. I wish this could be seen by my 20-year-old self, who was doubting himself and just pointing out the negative parts about him. And I wish that it can also be seen by a few of you guys who are probably currently 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and maybe relate a little bit to whatever I was thinking at 18. And maybe I can make a little bit of sense out of it, and maybe I can show you the other side. Because remember, there is nothing wrong or right. The world is not black and white. There is no inherent wrong or right. Every prejudice, every virtue is man made and is just a way of looking through things, and it's just a way of having order. Is that the right thing to say, though? Fuck, I don't know.